might recognize this, you might not. So I'll just play a little bit of it. That song, it's Sense of Self, and this took me like about a couple days to lay out in terms of its length, and yeah, it took me a lot more weeks than that to finalize everything. So as you can see, so the way the song started out was, let's see if I can find it, it's hidden or something. Oh yeah. So I played these strings on the moon guitar, I think. And this was the original, like this was what I was originally gonna go with. But then it turned into this. Let's see. Let me stretch one of these out completely. Yeah, this is MIDI that I played, and just like bounced it in place, and then started to. I'm sorry. Hold on. Yeah, it's on a little projector. That way I don't have to like bounce it. I'm looking at all my screen and stuff. But yeah, so I played this little pattern on a MIDI and then I bounced it in place. I swear I still had the MIDI that I originally played it here somewhere. I think this is it. Hold on. Oh yeah, there it is. See, I played it on like a moon guitar. Let me know if I should make it louder too, because I feel like it's a little too quiet. Yeah, this was like the original like chords that I played. So yeah, and then I moved that. And yeah, that's how I got the intro. How I did that. See, what else did I do? Yeah, so let's mute the main string so you can hear everything else. Layer it with some piano. Oh, this is my favorite part. Yeah, I bounce it in place. But this is that's audio. These are the actual strings. I was it with Alchemy and Logic. And faded it out and stuff. I really like this sound. But yeah, like I like it because of the way it comes in here. Like that right there. I love that part. So let me like solo it with the piano. Oh wait, that's not the piano. It's the Yeah, it's some like singers, like, well, not singers, but like a vocal chord thing here, like a choir thing. But yeah, like that. Wait, let me try to find the pianos again. Hold on. Really? There they are. Okay. It just complements it very well. Is this Ableton? Yeah, it's Logic. Yeah, thank you. That would be nice to work on a video game. I would like to work on a WarioWare kind of video game where it's just like a bunch of micro games and stuff. I'm very much into like variety style kind of entertainment. Let's see. Yeah, and it's more or less the same thing, just with a little bit more like percussions and stuff. You know, a shaker. Yeah, the shaker thing. And if you listen to all of my songs, you know that I have this particular like snare pattern. Hold on. Yeah, like I use that drum pattern. I use that snare pattern a lot, and I don't know why. I just really like it. Every time I hear it in a Kitchenada song, or just any song, really, I instantly like already halfway like it. Like if it starts off with that drum pattern, I already halfway like it, and all I gotta do is listen to the rest of it, see if I really do. But yeah, I just really love that drum pattern. Oh, and then here's a drop. Let's just focus on these two measures, on these four measures. Okay, so I drag these down here and just move stuff around. So here we go. Here's the bass and chords by themselves. Hold on a second. Let me just move that up here. What I meant to do is this right here. And you can still kind of hear that same snare pattern within like my percussion layout and stuff, because I just really like that. Keyscape. That reminds me of Zadi. Yeah, dude, Zadi, I really like his shit. Like, I would go as far as to say that he and Monty Booker and Xander back in the day were very much influential, and I at least like the way that I started to write. Because back then, like I used to just make house because I was like really into like deadmau5 and like the dance music scene. But then when I listened to like people like Zadi, I was like, oh dude, music can sound like this. Well, you know, I don't gotta constrict myself to a dance beat. I can just make whatever. Yeah, Zadi's really cool. I like his techniques with like reversing stuff and like his percussion layout and stuff. So the perks I always use the African kit. It's a stock Logic thing that's like really cool. People always tend to sell all the stock Logic stuff really short. Like, oh, don't use the harp instrument in Logic. You just use the Contact one. And sure, for a lot of people, the Contact harp is a lot better. But I mean, Logic offers like a lot of stuff to work with, like from the get-go, and it's a lot of it's really not that bad, especially like the African kit right here. So it's like it's fun to play it in too, because it gives it that like real time like quantization and all that. But yeah, so the perks, well that's just one line of perks. There's everything in orange is a percussion. So it's a combination of all these. Then we solo that with the kick in the snares and claps. Yeah, that's the percussion. And everything else. Alright, there's this 1, 2. Yeah, that's important. On the let's see, the harmony stuff. Here we go. Let me solo that. Let me move these muted tracks out the way. Yeah. So initially when I was writing the song, I was very like not into it, considering that the progression of the chords is really simple. It's literally just like 2 chords here, and then like the same kind of 2 chords, but one of them is a little different. But that's what I've noticed in like writing, is that a lot of people tend to get stuck in the process of writing music, because initially when they're writing a track, when they start off writing a track, they're unaware of like the how mediocre it's going to initially sound when you start like initially putting it together. And I definitely felt that with this track when I made the drop, because it was like, oh, it's such a simple chord progression, and it's like, no, it's got to be more complicated, right? I'm a musician, I gotta, make stuff very harmonically like interesting all the time. I can't just like just make 2 chords and call it a day. But it turns out that again, in the beginning process, everything's going to sound really simple, and once you can recognize that and muscle through that and keep adding more stuff to the song, then you realize, oh wait, this is the writing process. This is like how you make stuff. So like initially with these 2 chords, I started with that kalimba, and then I did some more layering to it. Let's see. I like this. It's like a nice complement to the kalimba. It has like that hit sound to it that I really like. That really complements the kalimba. The impact sound. You can kind of hear it in the whole thing. So it's like, yeah, let me mute the vocals so that you can hear it in context. Have you heard the chords specifically? You can hear how like these last ones are like stick out a little more because you hear this sound. So, and in conjunction with this one, adds more dimension. And this one. Yeah. So layering does play a good part in writing, but keep in mind you don't gotta like martyr yourself in terms of like how much layering to do and how complicated the instrument has to be within that layer. As long as it just complements the sound, It could be something really minuscule that you're using to layer a chord pattern. As long as it adds dimension to it, then it's all game, I say. At that point, it's just all about like organizing yourself, and that's something that I feel like really, really helps in the writing process, is to be like organized, at least in the way you go about adding and incrementing stuff, because like it can really get overwhelming when you're adding too much all at once, and then you're like, oh, where did I leave this idea? Was I going to use it? Was I not going to use it? And here are the effects. So nothing too crazy. Oh yeah, I love this one. This is my favorite one. So in the context of the song, it sounds like this. Wait, hold on. It sounds like this. That part. That I really like that. and I think that was Serum. Yeah, it's like an LFO sound. It's like a little, I think that's the pattern right there. That's pretty neat. Yeah, I really like this. It's really kind of started tying. This is about the point where like the song started coming together like a lot more. When I started doing like the effects and stuff. Oh yeah, this part. Okay, in the context of the song, it's like this. So I like this part too because let me solo the chords right quick. Oh, it's this one. Yeah, there we go. So I have it dragged out so that it goes into the next kind of thing. Let's see. Wait. Let's just solo these. That little like fade in, it worked so well right here. Because like this kind of like brought it back into the status quo kind of. Along like paired with like the dragging out of this. It's a glockenspiel with a coda. And like I think this is a kalimba. And Sculpture, oh yeah, Sculpture is such a great synth. I'm glad Sculpture came with Logic, because that is such a great VST thing to use. Oh yeah, I occasionally have vocal stuff here. Yeah. There's quite a bit of things on it in automation. What is this? An echo that I bypass. Yeah. That's cool. Let's see what else I have here. In the context of the song, it sounds like. Oh yeah, there's another part right here. Let's see if I can find the chords for it. I like this part too, because it's like ties together really well. Yeah, it's the FX bass with the like this little wobble thing. And they're at like a 16th rate, I think, which is why yeah, you can send it. You can DM it, you can listen to it. No problem. So yeah, this was like really nice, tied together. Oh yeah, and then the vocal part right here is pretty fun. Wait, let me start up right here. Yeah, that's neat. It was interesting because like this is about the time where I used the OP1 thing that I have to like sample like vocal samples from Splice. I have like the Splice app on my phone. Sometimes I like to sample from there, and I'd like to do like on the fly kind of vocal stuff because on the OP1 you can like easily change pitch and like get it where you need to get it to. It's really great to I just mess with like vocal stuff and just, you know, tune the key so that it fits the song and stuff. And of course, this is like the vocal sample I always use. Yeah, so in the context of the song, it's like. Oh, this is pretty neat. That worked out pretty well. It was like a fade up of like a breath that led into the voice and stuff. Let's see. Oh, there's a switch up right here. Yeah, this one's pretty. This is the boring part. It's just piano. I don't think anyone really cared about this part too much. But it does, like, I do like go into different chord progression here. It's pretty fun. So here's like the second drop. This I also played into a Chinese guitar, Ruin Moon guitar, and I bounced it in place. I don't know if I still have it here. Maybe, maybe not. Oh, there it is. Let me unsolo this. So these are the chords that I wrote that I bounced in place. There you go. And that's what I put here. Alright, let me just mute. Now let's hear this part without the moon guitar so you can hear everything else. Oh yeah. I also layered the guitar again, but with red reverb. So it kind of adds like that ethereal kind of sound. Oh, and the flanger strings also added to it. What were these? These are legato strings, like a flanger and like a space design. Yeah, that also added to the dimension. It's good to combine like dry sections with like really wet sections every now and then, and by that I mean like sections where there's no like passing effects going on, like reverb or delay, or like it's not too processed, like parts of where the sound is very clean and simple to hear, and then every now and then pass it with like, every now and then there's like moments where the chords are like phased or reverberated, or they're processed with some kind of effect, but then it goes back into like the normal, like regular dry main sound. So like this, for example. Like it's pretty dry, there's not too much going on with it. It's a pretty simple sample. You see how it like went all like processed and all effects, and then it went back to the dry part. See, that kind of adds like a little bit of like, to me, it adds a little character to it, because it's like you're trying to hold on to like the normalcy of the chord progression, but it like keeps like drifting into another plane of existence, and then you bring it back every now and then. But at least that's just how, like, the way I see it. And then this part where it like goes into this beat pattern. That one was kind of like you see, so what I did, so you know, remember how in the intro it was like I kind of brought that back, I think, here. Yeah, I brought that back. Because it's kind of like a return to like the beginning, you know what I mean? It starts that way and kind of ends that way. Okay, let me mute like the kicks and snares so you can see the percussion. Oh dang, I thought I did it. There we go. The percussion right here. Yeah, so this one I used 2 African kits instead of 1, and they're kind of different. They're similar in some of the instruments, but some of them don't have the same as the others, and sonically they sound kind of different too. So that's why it's like, even though it's kind of like the same kind of African kit thing, the slight difference can make a whole lot of difference, especially when you're, you know, doing like a synergy thing with it. So yeah, that's neat. So then you hear it all. Oh, hold on. That was weird. My logic glitched for a bit. Oh yeah, and then there's like a chord thing I'm doing here. Yeah. So, let me just hold on. Let's do this. So yeah. So it goes into like this chord. And I still do like stutter stuff with like the moon guitar, but I try to keep it on the not happening too often. Because I still want to hear like those stretches of just plain harmony. It's like a rain arp. Okay, so this is like an arpeggiator that I use with sculpture. So this is what I was talking about with sculpture. Like this is like really, I'm so glad Logic came with this, because it's just it sounds so nice. It gives you all sorts of like, it's one of those synths that tries to like recreate real sounds completely through synthesis. And you can get some really interesting sounds from like messing with like glass sounds, nylon kind of sounds, wooden sounds and stuff. So yeah, I'm really glad that like Logic came with this, because it's already like a whole lot to work with, like just from the get-go. Not just in presets, but in just like what you can like do with like morphing and stuff. So without the art, it sounds like yeah, this kind of sounds very video gamey, but you know, I just like that. I like that kind of sound. I like the sounds that have like an impact to the instrument that makes it almost sound like a drum on top of it being like a melody instrument. You know what I mean? I like when like sounds have that oomph to them that like add to the rhythmic pattern of like the whole thing. It's extra included. It's included. Sculpture is included in Logic, but you can buy it separately if you're like on another DAW. I'm not sure how much it costs, but I heard it was I think maybe 500. I think I might not be right, but I think that's about ballpark estimate. But it's a nice instrument. Like I can just write. I can just like spend a whole day just making weird sounds on it. And I had this part kind of end with this last chord progression to symbolize like, you know, the chord progression is like really different at the very last part of the song. It's supposed to symbolize how Alright, I should talk about like what Sense of Self is about briefly as like a song. It's just a song about me finally developing confidence, like actual confidence, like a sense of self-security. Because for the longest time I didn't really have that, but now I do, and I feel great about it, that I finally have like a sense of self, you know what I mean? Which is what inspired kind of this track a little bit. Or really wanting to write this. But yeah, like, and I say that because this last part's like really different from the rest of it, because it's supposed to be how like I'm very unsure about the future, but I'm hopeful at least, and that's more than I can ask, you know, that I can be hopeful for things, because everyone's trying to tell you like, you know, you gotta look at everything realistically and stuff, and you gotta be worried about everything all the time. That's how you grow, but it really isn't. That's just like the message part, but like the actual writing part. Yeah, like percussion wise, it's pretty much kind of like the same as the last section, because it's kind of continuing that new pattern I introduced. But the harmonic content, let's see, what do I have here? Okay, so this is like a bunch of layered horns. Like I consolidated them all into this final epic thing, and it's just like a barrage of horns. Yeah, thank you, dude. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I had fun making this. I really did. But I've held on to it for so long because I don't know. I just felt like, you know, I should just put it out and not, so I don't have to think about it anymore. Because finally, when a song is out, I don't gotta think about it like super seriously anymore because it's out already. That's an ARP I played. Dang, I forgot what it was called. I think it's called Eureka. That's what I named it. But it's such a nice ARP because it's so like spacious and oh man, I should the should still be here somewhere. Is this it? That's not it. But I really do like that art. I think I called it Eureka or something. But it really does complement and add to the atmosphere. Kind of wish I moved these a little higher. Or maybe it's the timing. I don't know. Personally, I kind of wish I like made this part a tiny bit better. But maybe it is the timing of the chords or something. I don't know. There's something about it that's kind of throwing me off. But I mean, it does add to like the overall ambience of like the outro. There we go. And then it ends with this cute little outro. Oh, and if you notice, it kind of stutters at the end too. Yo, Summer, what's up, girl? How you doing? I see you in the chat. Don't think I don't see you. In the chat looming. Yeah, I was just showing everybody like the last song I made and how I made it. It was quite the dramatic process, but I eventually, finally, got around to finishing it. That's the best part of writing music, is actually finishing it. You know, because that rarely happens in not rarely, but that often happens where I like start a project and like it goes nowhere, and then I lather, rinse, repeat every single day. But Yeah, I mean, so overall, that's pretty much how I made the song. I mean, let's see, for this part. Oh yeah, and everything's sidechained to the kick because of course it needs to retain that balance. Because it's a dance track, you gotta have it. You gotta have it be groovy. You want people to really vibe to it. And shit. All right, I haven't showed you this part. Yeah, these are steel drums. Pretty sure everyone kind of figured that part out when they were listening to it. But oh yeah, this was very like significant in this part for sure. Like this pack, because it lays out that bed, that break kind of sound. Oh, that sounds so smooth. I really like that synth kind of sound. What is this? It's on Serum. It's a pad, I think, that I made. Oh, it's neat. Yeah, I know. I really like this pad I made. It's really simple. You see, my sound design isn't like super freaking like, intricate, but I'm more about like having simple sounds complement each other to make a new sound kind of deal. But I really do just want to make like really, I do want to spend a day just sound designing and not having to worry about writing. But I've yet to really dedicate a day to that because like I feel like I just always gotta write, I gotta improve that aspect of like my writing prose. But like yeah, I really like this pad. It really lays out the. Wait, what was this one? Oh yeah, the impact pad at the beginning of the break. I really like this. So let's hear it without this stuff. Oh yeah, there's like a. Hold on. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, exactly. I used to be such a martyr about like sound design and stuff back when I like first started writing music. But like I've come to realize that as long as I'm making something that is like melodic and sounds nice and lush, like your sound design doesn't need to be that intricate because a lot of chord and melody ideas can sound very nice with just like some simple tweaking of like the serums like LFOs and whatnot. But yeah, nonetheless I still do want to like dedicate a day to just sound design because who knows, I might find a really nice new sound that I might use for a later project. But yeah, the dulcimer it really complements this section really nicely. Really like it. And then it goes into the piano. Okay, let me mute the piano right here so you can hear how that goes in. So yeah, it's all about like timing it right. There we go. These are the chords that lead into like the big break. I guess that's just overall how I made the song. Took a while, at least after like I had the length of the song laid out. And yeah, like I really had fun making it because if I was like able to recognize at least that part of the way I go about writing, I was able to recognize the part that was like holding me back, and once I did, I was able to like put together this thing, you know. I think this is like dang, I was gonna like say something. It was like right at the tip of my tongue. Dang, hold on, let me think. Oh yeah. All right, I forgot to mention before I log off. I remember now. That this song is going to be part of my next project. I'm making another mixtape. It's gonna have a lot of songs on it. It's gonna feature some people on it too. I can't say the name yet, or how many songs are on it, or like what, you know. I can't talk too much about it other than I can tell you like safely that I'm working on another project, like a mixtape, but it's gonna have like a lot of songs on it, and I'm gonna try to make it as like polished as I can, because right now it's sounding really good and put together. So I'm looking forward to it. All right, thanks for joining, and thanks for taking time out of your day to take an interest in how I made this song. Once again, I really did like. It was a hard process too, because you know, having to figure out what goes where and not to add too much. That's always like an issue, is knowing when you're adding too much. I'm still trying to like recognize that in my stuff, because I sometimes like layer something too much, or I try to do more than needed to get like the point across in like a song. But I really did, despite like the freaking pain it was to have to mix everything and shit. I enjoyed the process nonetheless. But thanks everybody for coming, and yeah, I got new music coming soon. Maybe next week, maybe 2 weeks from now, who knows? But I'm gonna see y'all later. Bye.